So this session is being recorded. Welcome, everybody. I'm just trying to go slow right now because there are people still joining us. I can see the numbers going up one by one. So probably I'll give. I know that we are running out. We are short in times, but most people who know me know that I speak fast anyway. Now I'll be slow. Okay. So my name is Vipul Phare. I am the teaching program director at Flinders Business. I look after all the Flinders degrees in terms of operation as well as strategic decisions on those, as well as day-to-day running of those degrees. Specifically, I personally I teach marketing. So I'm in charge of the first year marketing subject. So most students who are going to join this particular any course, whether it's Bachelor of Business or Bachelor of Accounting or Commerce, you would be doing my fundamental marketing course, fortunately or unfortunately, but I think it's fortunate. So that's me, and I teach also the third year marketing course as well. So I keep in touch with students throughout the journey of their studies from first year to third year. Any problems, I think any issues from uh, understanding the study plan to understanding the degree, or to understanding where their degree is going to take them, what's unique about it, what should they do, what should not, please feel free to reach out to me. All right, so on that note, I'll start introducing the degrees. There are almost about 27 or 28 students joining us. There are 33 altogether who's joining this session, but some of you are mentors and very valuable member of student association as well, along with the mentors in this team. So that's why I think about 27 students have joined this, and welcome to everyone. I'm in terms of about the degrees, there are two main degrees. There are two main areas that you can think about. One is Bachelor of Business, another one is Bachelor of Commerce or Accounting. So within the Bachelor of Business, those who have taken Bachelor of Business, there are few specializations from marketing, HRM, international business, and then specialization in I said IB, yeah, sports management, management itself without any sort of other specific area. So I'll repeat: marketing, management, HRM, IB, sports management, and we have got a standalone degree in international business, which is related to wine, spirit, and tourism as well. So these are the areas where we cover in business, Bachelor of Business, and I think one more thing which I skipped was business economics. So these are the few different areas that you can specialize in, and then there is a non-specialization, basically a Bachelor of Business as well. So some people who haven't decided which area they want to specialize or do not want to specialize in a particular area, Bachelor of Business is a good start. You can always move between the degrees as well. So don't worry that if you started something and you don't find that interesting, it is possible for you to shift. It is possible. So, and also the best part of it is that any of the specialization or non-specialization that you take, first year subjects would be very similar or almost the same. So you're not missing out on anything, that, or you don't have to do anything addition to what you have done if you change your specialization, or you move from non-specialization, simple Bachelor of Business, to a particular specialization. You do same number of subjects, and that's how it has been structured. So a unique part of each of those degrees, quickly, I am looking at the time as well, because we've got until 11:05, and then there are question and answers. So one general sort of really unique part in across all the degrees is that at Flinders Business, you come across a lot of industry engagement. So you've got a lot of industry embeddedness within the subjects that you do in in Bachelor of Business degree. The industry embeddedness is in various forms. So you can get a particular industry or business that comes to the class, gives the student the problem, and that problem becomes an assignment, and you in a group work in that assignment. The other way is that the business owners or a CEO or a managing director interacts with the topic coordinators or subject leaders, and then they prepare an assignment around those problems that a business is facing, a real problem, and students solve that problem. And third level of involvement is in some few subjects you become a consultant. So you just focus on application of the knowledge that you have to solve or to solve a problem, or to find a scope for further development of a particular business. So that third level happens in the third year subjects. So three levels of engaging with the businesses, and the best part of it is at the end of your degrees, you have built a multiple network opportunities. You know lots and lots of managers, CEOs, general managers. Why during the by the time you finish your degree, and you have your portfolio that you have done a business plan, you have done a marketing plan, you have done a social media recommendations, you have done a portfolios, so various things that you do during different subjects, import export plan. It becomes your portfolio. So it's very hands-on knowledge that you receive in these degrees. Specifically, for example, if I take, I'll give a specific example within each degree that are really something that you should be looking forward to. For example, in marketing, there are really topical subjects such as digital marketing, social media marketing, and industry project, which covers a lot of marketing and a lot of things that are happening in the real world at this time, and topical issues covered on those. It doesn't, and then the other subjects which are like market research, etc., are also covered and consumer behavior and so on and so forth. In international business, something that to look forward to is international trade or import-export theory and practice. These are subjects that it sort of familiarize you or teaches you how to interact. I mean, how things happen when you are looking at inter-country or between the country sort of relationship, business relationship, and so on and so forth. And then there are similarly, we have got sports management, which is a unique degree in itself, which has been very popular these days. Covers a wide range of physical activities related sort of theories and subjects, and also managerial level. So sports in terms of recreation and physical activity, sports in terms of management and decision making. So the combines both of them in that degree. So eventually gives you an opportunity to become a manager, or also to lead a particular club, for example. So that it opens the opportunity that way. Human resource management have really sort of interesting subjects such as interpersonal skills, managing diversity, and those subjects are very important in today's world, future of work in digital age, and so on and so forth. So every single subject have some unique, really good highlights, and it has also have it is sort of build scaffolding you from what you do in the first year. You prepare yourself make yourself very strong in terms of foundation, and then after first year you start applying those knowledge when you go to second and third year. So that's how it's been structured. You are all going to be doing the first year subjects, and you'll cover marketing, accounting, HR, organization, managing people, all these first year subjects during in this year, and that covers the fundamentals or foundation of business. And then when you move to second and third year and you start selecting your specialization subject, you start applying those knowledge. So you are sort of become a manager as a whole. You know a lot about other discipline as well, but you're specializing in a particular discipline. If you're not specializing, you're covering a wide range of subjects that cover business, and therefore opens up scope for any areas that you would like to explore in future. So that's about Bachelor of Business. in Bachelor of Accounting, so we've got in the commerce, which you traditionally call commerce, we've got Bachelor of Accounting and Bachelor of Finance. We have also got combined the Bachelor of Accounting and Finance, and on those degrees there are sort of it's both is highly accredited degrees, and what you do is it gives you a very sequential approach in terms of learning of in accounting, starting from the fundamental accounting as we have covered in, as I mentioned, in the business degree, and then you start applying and go towards really important accounting and finance subjects such as corporate accounting or investment and portfolio or derivatives and risk management. Depends on where you are going. If it's accounting, it's about corporate accounting, auditing, whereas if you're looking at finance, it becomes investment and portfolio and derivatives and risk management. We also have a very sort of high sophisticated sort of finance lab, trading lab, which gives you a hands-on experience about how things operates in terms of stock market or in terms of how trading happens within the companies as well. So this is a broader picture in terms of given the timeline I have broadly what these things cover. Most importantly, I want to tell you that for those students who are starting, there are some things that you really want to keep in mind when you're starting. Make sure that your study plan is ready and you follow the study plan very sincerely. If you want to change the study plan, or if you want to change some subject within the study plan, please reach out to us. We are all very flexible in terms of helping students follow their passion. So happy to change, modify things as things goes along. Some subjects that are very important for us, someone to do if you want to pass as an accounting degree or a business degree, that we may not be able to modify, but mostly we are always very adaptable and flexible. Don't do it by don't sort of enroll or change things without a discussion, please. Otherwise you'll have a struggle in terms of finishing on time or in terms of taking the subjects, some of the sort of capstone subject, because some of them are offered in a particular semester, and that creates an issue. So this is first tip, is follow your study plan. Another tip I want to say, because you're starting the semester and you all have your Flow access already. Flow is Flinders learning platform of each subject. Please go to this platform and understand the statement of assessment. So what would be the assessment in that in particular subject, and what is the teaching pattern. So because of the COVID, there has been a difference, different teaching patterns. Big subjects that are first year, especially first year big subjects, are mostly the lectures are online because of COVID, or because of the when we have to top-down learning. You have got either pre-recorded videos on those, and then tutorials are face-to-face. Some of the subjects are on a workshop format, which is 3 hours together. So please go and familiarize yourself with how your particular subject is being delivered. When you have to attend those face-to-face sessions, when do you have to attend the online sessions. And the lectures, as I said, are pre-recorded, so you don't need to attend it. You can watch them whenever whenever suitable. Now, the general format is that the lecture starts in week 1, which is next week, and the tutorials or workshops will follow in week 2. So and this happens regularly as an ongoing thing. So the tutorial work or the activities or the problems that you're going to address in the tutorial follows the lecture that was happened a week before. So the recordings of that lecture or the content discussed in the lecture are sort of the exercise or the activities or the questions from that particular content is discussed a week later. So you've got enough time to prepare for that. So the few tips. One is follow the study plan, follow the lecture, understand the lecture tutorial format or the format of your particular subject. Third is that understand that when you come to the tutorial, be prepared, and that it's about previous week's content. So you're not missing if So if the lecture, so it's not the same week. If basically it's not. If week one is about something, the lecture would be, the tutorial work would be on this next week. Sorry, I blabbered in there. I mean, just stammered in that particular part, fumbled in that particular part. So this is about a few things, and I think the last thing I would like to encourage, which I'm sure going to follow up the discussion in a minute, is to develop network opportunities, starting with Flinders Business Student Association. It's a fantastic association. Start with that, and there are lots and lots and lots and lots of opportunities in universities. Make use of those opportunities right from year one, and then sort of, it helps you sort of prepare for the career as well. So this is from me in terms of various degrees, the tips for semester for those who are starting, for all of you who are starting, some other things to keep in mind, and that's all from sort of, from my end. I'm open for any questions that you guys have now. Any moderator who's looking for the questions here? Happy to answer any questions from students. You can type the question. You can use a you can use your video or audio. Right, I've got the list now. Anything specific about any particular degree? Because if you don't ask, I'll keep talking. That's not good. I should. Anyone wants to put their hand and talk from Bailey? Oh, great, good. Thank you. See, you get bonus points now if you're doing my subject. Okay, good. Carry on.
What I'll do is I'll ask a question that I got from a mentee, which was, do you have any tips for balancing full-time work and full-time study at the same time?
I think it's a challenging job, full-time work, but I think we at Flinders are very, very flexible. I think I've taught in other universities. I'm not just going to sort of talk about that, but I think what we have done is we have all our, at least in Flinders business, all our there is a provision for recording of all our lectures, all our content that has been delivered. There is a provision to attend online tutorials in most subjects. If the subject is offered in a workshop format, it is partly recorded, but you can always reach out to your because the content that is being delivered is recorded, whereas the activities may be done asynchronously in some subjects, which is in second and third year. So don't have to worry about now. So the tip is that it's a hard call. You need to be very, very disciplined to do that, because it's very easy to miss out on the deadlines. So that reminds me, one of the tips that I had in my mind was when you look at all your 4 subjects or 3 subjects that you have enrolled into, go back and look at their assignments due date, and use a diary or something that reminds you when things are due, and that helps you plan yourself well, and that applies well with the balancing of full-time job and full-time work. It is sort of required to, I mean, the full-time job and work, full-time job and full-time study. It is required in full-time study that you do add enough hours. However, because things are recorded, because the teaching style is a bit flexible, when you apply those hours can be negotiated, as well as you can work around those hours. It doesn't have to be a particular hour. So you make your plan according to your work, and then make sure that understand the expectations in terms of assessment, because there will be some assessments that are group. So you need to understand how you're going to work with that as well. So I'm not sure if I answered the question, but if I have to answer in one line, it will be about having a schedule. I mean, I just write a written schedule on how when things are due and so on and so forth. I'm an old-fashioned. Clearly, I'm an old person. Old, so you can do your own in your own gadget when things are due. When you start planning, always have a draft ready way in advance. So that helps a lot. Um, it's not very difficult. I think the assessments and everything have been really streamlined. Every single subject have up to 3 average assessment, which is really better from what used to be about 4 or 5 or 6. So it's brought it down to 3 and maximum 4. So it's easy to make a plan. There was a question on chat. Let me go back. How many hours offline work would you recommend putting in for accounting and commerce? I think every subject have 3 hours a week as a face-to-face, and I would add another 3 hours at least as an offline work. So if you have up to 6 hours offline work per week for one subject. Technically, on the books, it's written 9 hours. But if I apply 6 hours regularly, I think you should be able to do well in accounting and commerce degree. So 3 hours are face-to-face mostly. I'll include online recording on those, and then I would like you to add another 3 hours, and if more, up to 9 hours maximum, another 3 hours. So that's per day, per week. Sorry, per day. That's too much. Did I answer, Max? Thanks. Great. Oh well. I think also remember one thing I didn't mention is that there are lots of combined degrees as well, which so if you find an interest in let's say let's say Max example, he finds accounting interesting, but he picked up one of the finance topic in his option topic, and finds finance very important, very interesting. So you can combine accounting and finance as well. So there are options for a combined degrees too, which does not mean that you're going to add a number of years. It's going to be the same time. You just replace the option topics with the finance topic. Similarly, marketing and psychology, which is combined, a double degree, which is not combined but double degree. But you can combine some of the business degrees too. Yeah, and one other thing, while nobody's asking me a question, is that a lot of these degrees are accredited, if I can say correctly. That means they have been reviewed and assessed by a really strong accreditation body, from marketing to HR to accounting. These degrees have been ticked as a high quality degrees, which is one of the thing that we have to do when you are getting those accreditation is to make sure that to justify or no, to argue or to show that how these degrees are relevant to today's work environment, how that creates a really good pathway for career. So that's another thing that I just wanted to highlight on that. We still have time for question answers. Yep. Any other question? Right. Are there extra classes? Wait a minute. Go back to the. Are there extra classes or any? So there's a question. Are there any extra classes or anything similar that you can take in case you want to revise math skills before class starts? Great. I think there is an extra support at the library. You can book it exclusively, and someone, one of the exclusive sort of module, and they can help you and take extra sort of revise mathematics skills. Where can we access the lecture recording? I'll come to that in a minute. Good question, Ahmad, as well. Thank you. Under what format? Lovely. So the math skills, you can math skills, or if you even want to writing skills or reference skills, all these things can be access in library. There is sessions on library on that. There are people who are there to help you on those. So that's a starting point. If you still want more help, the college can also provide another support in addition to that. Math skills would be more applicable in one of the subjects, that early subject that you're going to take called quant method, whereas other skills will be useful in other subjects. Thanks, Ria. Now, Ahmed asks, where can we access the lecture recording? On your Flow site, Flinders Learning. Flinders Learning. Oh, there you go. Has provided. Great, Kurt. So you have a Flow site for each subject, and the lecture recording will be under each week's section of those Flow site. Somebody help me. What is the full form? Flinders Learning. A mentor. It's called Flinders Learning. Oh my God, I should know that. Anyway, so that's a subject site, and then the lecture recordings will be there under each section. So week 1 there will be lecture recording, week 2 there will be lecture recording, and so on and so forth. Flinders Learning Online. Thank you. And then there is a question from Harry saying, at this point, are lectures and seminars in person, specifically marketing, Victoria Square campus? The lectures are, the first year lectures are online. All lectures are online, whereas the tutorial sessions are in person. The Victoria Square, there is one session on, what day was it? There's one session on either Tuesday or Monday, I can't remember top of my head, which is going to be face-to-face, which is a tutorial session. We don't have a lecture which are seminars which are in person. Good, you asked me that question about marketing, because marketing also have a seminar. That means what I used to do is, in addition to the lecture, I used to try and get everybody together once in every 3 weeks. But because of COVID, I won't be running the first seminar. We'll see how things change in next 1 month. So, but I will put an announcement on that, Harry. Thank you for asking that question. Oh, I'm the lecturer for the marketing. I should have said that. I think, oh, we still have time. Very good, very good. Thank you for all these questions, and in my class, every smart question gets a Smartie. So Max, Ria, Ahmed, Harry, if you are in my class, remind me. I'll bring a Smartie for you. Also, Kurt, without in my class, I know. So thank you for. Okay, another question from Disha. If I defer my course for 1 month, then the topic covered in the previous month get missed, and where do I study all those? I'm not sure what you mean by defer. By defer my course by 1 month. I'm not sure what you mean by. Can you send me an email on that, Disha? What exactly you mean? But if on a similar note, I can say that if you miss out on a lecture or one particular session or 2 sessions, let's say that, you can get all the material is already on Flow. So you'll have recordings on Flow. You'll have if online tutorials, if they are recorded as well on Flow to understand what has happened. Start the course 1 month later than everyone else, I think. Yeah, I think that's why I want how to write, because it's quite risky to start. You're not going to miss out on things like that, but you need to keep your teachers informed, because 1 month is about 4 sessions. It's a big. It's important to keep in mind in terms of the content. You can get all the content will be on Flow, in terms of what was the lecture each week, what was discussed in the tutorial each week, and all assignments, information about the assignments, everything will be there. So you're not missing out in terms of material, but it's important to keep the topic coordinator informed, because they may be making a group during the first couple of weeks or 3 weeks time. If there is a group assessment there, they may be having a weekly session, which weekly participation or weekly quiz, for example. So if you inform them, they can find an alternative for you to work. cover that. So please, answer is you could start if there is obviously there is a important for unforeseen circumstances. You will not miss out on material. You have all those things on flow, but keep the topic coordinator informed. Does that help, Disha? Is that what you? I'm worried. Please say you. Yep. Thank you. Great. Are you overseas? Is that why you're asking? Doesn't matter. Don't have to answer. Just it's you can see from what how I'm answering this question. That's right. Answering this question is that most of the things I've said from the beginning. If you think that we are very student centric. We work. I know. I've run out of 3 minutes extra. Sorry, all these student association members. Just give me 1 more minute. But as you can see, we are very student centric. We will work around what your requirement and what your challenges are. We're adaptable in terms of online and face to face. So keep us informed. That's the main thing. Right, over to you now. I've got 3 minutes extra, so I'm going to stop the teaching. But you feel free to email me. I'm going to write my email address here as we go. And over to you, Student Association, Sheridan, and who else was there? I can't see the names, but over to you guys.
That's okay, Vipul. You don't need to remember my name.
I do remember, but I couldn't see you there. This will cost me a coffee.
Yeah.
All right. Can you see the slides and also hear and see us?
Yeah,
I can see. I'm going to.
Okay, wonderful. Hi, I'm Tim from the Business Students Association. I'm the president of the association for 2022. And this is...
I'm Sheridan, and I'm the social director for the association, and I'm also studying a Bachelor of Business Marketing, Vipul's favourite degree.
I should probably say that I'm studying a Bachelor of Business International Business, and that's combined with a double degree of a Bachelor of Government and Public Management. Awesome. So we're the Flinders Business Students Association, which kind of means nothing. So what we are is a group of about 22 students who choose to spend their time trying to provide like positive social and education experiences for other students. So we're all volunteers and we don't get paid to do this. We're all really passionate about what we do and about trying to make the lives of business students at Flinders as happy and fun as possible. We try to be here to help students whenever we can in any way that we can. And we're also extremely excited to have a new cohort joining us this year. Awesome. So again, the being a student association means nothing when you're in your first year. So what that actually looks like is us supporting students on behalf of other students. So we speak to the college to advocate for educational issues. If, for example, when we're transitioning to online because of COVID or something, we'll be talking to the college to try and make sure that the experience for students is as good as possible. We also run a bunch of really fun social events, well-being, education, and professional developments throughout the year. We have an office that you can kind of see around us that we open to students so that there's a place for you to come and just hang out in the law commerce area, because it can be a little isolating being on top of the hill up here, so we try to make it a little more friendly. We also sell merchandise with the Flinders business branding on it, so you'll be able to grab that online this week if you'd like, and we do a whole heap more.
Cool. So just focusing in on the events, because that's probably one of the main things we do, and some of the things you may have heard about from uni, if you've come from school, or you know other people that are at uni, would probably be pub crawl and ball, and those are two of the biggest things we do. So we're hoping this semester we'll be able to do a pub crawl once Stephen Marshall announces that dancing's back, so keep an eye out for that one, and we'll be doing a ball in semester 2, and then around that we'll try to run a lot of other social events. So ideally we would love to do something like a first year mixer in the first week or two. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to do that this year because of COVID restrictions, but we'll definitely find a way for all of us to come together in person sometime very soon. We also do events more focused on the wellbeing, education and professional development side of things. So this looks like sort of wellbeing stalls on things like Are You OK Day and Mental Health Day. We run revision sessions for all of your first year topics. We're planning on expanding this out this year a bit more, so keep an eye out for those as we get towards exam season. If you're struggling with your topics, we may be able to help. And other professional development things, so you know, chatting to employers, doing career upskilling workshops, many broad and different things, and we're always looking for new things to do as well. So if there's anything you particularly want to see from us, we'd be really keen to hear from you and hear what's important to you and what you would like to be doing outside of your study.
Awesome. So here's a few photos of our office. We renovated it last year and a little more this year. It's just a really nice place to come and sit and talk to other business students. If you have any questions with a subject that you're taking, you're having some difficulties, we can be here in our office generally between about 10 o'clock and 3 p.m. on most weekdays, and you can come in and just ask the question. If we can have an answer, we'll give it to you, and if not, I'm sure that we'll be able to work out who the best person for you to talk to is. We're also going to have some games and things going on in the office throughout the year, so definitely if you're on campus, come and stop by.
Cool. So something that's particularly relevant to you guys and that we've been hard at work on over the summer break is our first year guide. So I'm sure you've already been overwhelmed with the amount of resources and tips and things that you have to learn about starting first year at uni. This session being one of them and your orientation being one of them. We've decided to just contribute to that, but hopefully sort of contain it all in one single document with the things that we think are important. So you can scan the QR code on the screen there if you want, and that will give you a downloadable copy of the first year guide. And this just has your main points, main things that we think are important for you to know. Has a bit more information about FBSA and how you can join the team if you want, and hopefully is a really useful resource for you guys as you're starting out your study at Flinders.
Awesome. So one question that I'm sure you might have is, why would you bother spending so much time doing stuff for other people without necessarily like getting paid for it or whatever? And a big part of it for us, and certainly for me, is that before I joined the Business Students Association, I really didn't have a ton of connection to campus. I was the kind of student who would design my timetable so that I minimized the time I'd spend on campus. I would arrive 5 minutes before my class and leave immediately. And really, university was only something that I did almost like a job. It wasn't like a positive part of my life outside of just getting the degree. But when I joined the Business Students Association, that completely changed. Now I love coming to campus. It's where I enjoy spending time. I feel so much more connected to the university experience. And honestly, that's also made it a lot easier to do classes and stuff, because you have those people who you're sharing the experience of studying business with, and you're sharing that experience of trying to just get through the year, and it makes everything a lot easier having that network there. So for me, joining the Business Students Association was a complete game changer in my experience of university, and I would definitely encourage you guys to join as well.
Yeah, and I think something a lot of uni students these days struggle with is the fact that it's not a social environment, and a lot of your classes are online and your lectures are online and tutes are only 1 hour and you don't talk to each other that much, and so it's tricky to make those connections, and something like FBSA is a really useful tool to be able to meet other people, and I think everyone in the association will talk positively about that as an aspect of what we do. So that's just a little overview. Now I know you've been talked at for a long time, so if any of you are still listening and haven't walked away from your computers, we've got a bit of a Kahoot for you, and the winner of this Kahoot is actually going to receive a bit of a prize pack with some of the merch we've got and some snacks and a coffee voucher and all of that sort of stuff. So I'm going to share my screen and I'll get the Kahoot up, and then if you get your phones you should be able to log in. If anyone is having issues, post in the chat and we'll help you out. Let's share screen. Oh, I don't pay for one. Okay. Why isn't this working? Sure. There we go. Perfect. All right, so head in and enter that game pin. And if you can put your real names in there so we know who's won and we can give you the prize pack, that would be great. But if you don't want us to know who you are, then that's also fine. Perfect, we've got people joining. Woo. So we might wait a couple minutes just for everyone to join. And then there's only 10 questions. They are FBSA and Flinders themed. So if you've been listening during this presentation, it will help you.
Amy, you can't win.
Can you put music on? Why is it playing?
Well, be clear, Stephen, you cannot win this.
Amy's joining now, isn't it? We've got a couple. Anyone still trying to get in? Maybe.
Participants who aren't moderators.
All right. I think.
Alright, things are stabilized.
All right. Bad luck to anyone who wants to join afterwards. We're just going to have to start. All right. Let's. First question, what does FBSA stand for? Very good. Most of you got it. Some of you didn't, but that's okay. I did put some trick answers in there. Well done, Lauren. Getting quick. Which number location range best describes where you primarily find business-related books in the central library? Good job.
I know it would be free.
Very good. Very good. Two of you got it. I
You're
love
the
it.
best at randomly choosing numbers.
Okay, where is the FBSA office located? Nice, nice. Tricked a few of you there with the other room number. I'm sorry. I am cruel. True or false? Students can access the hub and library 24/7. Very good.
It is worth noting that if you want to access the hub and library 24/7, you first have to go see security to get 24/7 access added to your card. Don't be like me and assume you can just do it without doing that, because you will not be allowed in.
But everyone can do it if they want to. FBSA runs two types of events, social and WEP. What does WEP stand for? Good, very good. I'm still tricking a few of you though. David's moved to the top. What night of the week are quiz nights usually held at the Flinders Tavern? You probably wouldn't actually know this because they haven't held one yet this year, so
Or advertised for one.
stitch up, but just yeah. Stephen can win. So if Stephen wins, he's not allowed to win the pack because he is a mentor. So if anyone's below, okay, what is Vipple's favourite beverage? I can't believe he didn't mention this. Nice.
Very
Nice.
good.
Lauren's back on top. All right, 3 questions left. What is an adult male duck called? Bit of duck trivia for you. If you didn't know, ducks are the unofficial mascot of Flinders University. That'll trick a lot of people.
Not Jamila, though.
Not Jamila. She's got it. How much does it cost for 1 day of parking at Flinders? Most of you got it. Lots of moving around happening. All right, last question. How do you sign up to become a member of FBSA? Very good. Very good. Let's see who's the winner. Well done, Harry. Not bad. Very good. All right. We will send you a message, or you can send us a message. We'll figure it out somehow, and we will get you your prize pack. But that, for now.
DM us on Facebook and Instagram, please. It'll definitely be the easiest way.
Yeah. But that is all from us now. So I think we're going to hand back to Vip.
Oh, wait, no, it's worth noting that we're actually recruiting right now.
Oh.
So we currently have a number of social office positions open. Or if you're a real whiz with social media, we're also recruiting for a social media engagement officer. And for you guys as first years, we're actually also recruiting a group of first year officers right now. So please come join the team. We promise we're way cooler than we seem right now. And we have a lot of fun. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. And
you can find our website, flindersbusiness.com.
Yes. I think we moved to so introducing the mentors. Can I request mentors to introduce, and then they have to go into the breakout rooms? I'm not familiar with that one part in terms of who's managing that part. Anyway, the mentors. Can I get the introduction at least? So go ahead. Great. That's what I think.
Hey, Sheridan and I are also mentors.
Lovely.
So yeah, I guess we can start off. We've got a couple of slides to go through, then we'll all introduce ourselves, and then I think we're going to go into breakout rooms, and each of you will get the chance to chat to each other and chat to us. So for those of you who don't yet know, or perhaps haven't seen emails about it or anything, this year the College of Business Government Law has introduced mentors for first years. So there are a number of us, I think there's about 7 of us, second or third year business students who will have a group of first years in their degree who we are here to mentor. So we will run weekly sessions for the first 6 weeks of semester, and then there'll be fortnightly after that. And these sessions are designed to just be an opportunity for you to touch base, ask any questions that you have, and receive any support from us that we might be able to offer you. So we know that it can be a tricky time transitioning to university, and figuring out where you're meant to go and what you're meant to do and how to do your assignments and all of that sort of thing. So hopefully this will give you an opportunity to connect with us, to connect with other people in your discipline who will also be coming along to the mentor sessions, and help you settle into university life. That's the main point of it all. So your mentors should have already been in touch. If not, they will be in touch over the next week to set up your first session, which will run next week. So keep an eye on your emails for when that will be. And please email this email on the screen if you haven't heard anything and would like to be involved. So we're going to go around and introduce ourselves quickly. And then, as I mentioned, we'll split up. So you already heard from me before, but I'm going to introduce myself again. My name's Sheridan. I'm studying Bachelor of Business Marketing. So I think all of the first year marketing students will be with me. And I am in my 5th year now at Flinders. So I've been around for a while. I've done a couple of different degrees. And I know a fair bit about uni and Flinders and studying business. So I'm very keen to help all of you out and answer any of your questions. Tim, do you want to go?
Sure. Hi, again, I'm Tim. I still am studying a Bachelor of International Business combined with a Bachelor of Government and Public Management. I've been here for a couple of years, and yeah, just really keen to meet you guys. Hopefully I should have most of the international business students in my mentor group, but today it's just going to be random group allocations.
Yeah. Kurt, do you want to maybe go next?
Yes, of course. So, hi, I'm Kurt. You would have seen me floating around in the chat, answering questions and whatnot. So I'm also doing a Bachelor of Business International Business, but I'm majoring in supply chain management. From my list that I saw, the people who I'm mentoring are a lot of business management degree holders, but as they said, for today, it will just be random groups. But yes, you'll see me soon. You'll hear from me soon as well.
All right, I'll jump in next because I'm also in the office. Hi everyone, my name's Amy. So I am studying a Bachelor of Business Advanced Leadership, specialising in Human Resource Management. So I think I have all the HR students in my mentor group as well as a couple others and things like that. This is my 4th year at uni, so I've done various bits part-time and full-time and things like that. Really excited to take on this opportunity. I'm also in FBSA as one of the officers, as I believe pretty much most of the mentors are, so it's a really great group. Yeah, really excited to get to meet some of you guys and help you out. I think I have some tips to share and things like that. So yeah, might hand over to Alex now. Yeah.
Hey everyone, I'm Alex. I'm in my 5th year of studying a double degree of Business Innovation and Enterprise and Letters Creative Writing. I've been here for a very long time, so I'm sure I can answer any questions that might pop up for you guys. I don't think innovation's a degree anymore, so I'm not sure the disciplines of the people who will be in my mentoring group, but I'm looking so forward to meeting all of you. And I'll pass it over to Stephen.
Hey guys, my name's Stephen. I am in my final year of banking and finance. I've got most of the finance students as well. Yeah, pretty much all I'm going to say. I'm not in a breakout group. Unfortunately, I've got to head off, but I'll leave you in the hands of all the other mentors and they'll teach you the way to go.